love patterns which you actually wanna see and pass through to find your divine and loving partner. We will look at it through the perspective of the reversed Ace of Swords. Reversed cards in the tarot world, they show us all the shadow part of ourselves, and it's tremendously powerful way to work with tarot to unravel and unveil absolutely everything what is hidden. So I picked the reversed Ace of Swords for investigation of this topic. My name is Yulia. I've been in tarot world for 10 plus years, and I'm here to open up all the secrets which are hidden in the tarot cards to help us live with clarity in any direction which we pick. So let's get started. If you love this video, give me a thumbs up. It really supports me along the way. And subscribe to this channel. I'm going live here and there. Cannot promise when, so let's get connected. So let's look at the reversed card. So the Ace of Swords in the reversed position, it shows up when your heart wants divine partnership, but your mind is still clouded with the confusion. There is some cloudness you see with the confusion. You kind of like want those relationships, but at the same time, there is the confusion of all the previous relationships which never worked. So there are actually some patterns and accumulation of those patterns and prompts, I call it right now, based on the new AI theme here today. This is like the AI. So these prompts, they cloud us from moving forward to our twin flame, to our divine partner. So this card in its reversed position may help us to release ourselves from all the confusions, fears, and illusions. And let's investigate the 3 love patterns you must break to call in the connection your higher self has been waiting for. Okay? So let's look at the symbolism of this card together. Now, I want to invite us to look at the upright position of this card. The sword emerges actually from this divine hand, and it goes into the sky, right? So it's that connectedness between that divinity and the sky, and it cuts clean. Now let's look at the reversed position. What do you see in here? The sword gets heavy. Can you imagine just pulling that sword that way? It's extremely heavy. It's easier to do it like this, and it's heavy, all right? So that's what we see. It's a heavy sword, it's foggy, and it's misused. What can you cut through that? So it represents mental distortion, complete mental distortion, staying in connections where you don't know where you stand, yet calling it love. You know? Not so long ago, someone asked me, Yulia, so what do you call poison? And I say, I call poison everything what doesn't serve you anymore. Even the love, so-called what you call love, may become poison. Okay? So if you overeat it, also poison. Food may become poison. If you come back to those relationships and they make you kind of like, you come back to that toxicity again and again, it's also poison. Yeah. Everything gets to poison if it's bringing you down all the freaking time. So we just need to understand it, and we see it through the lens of this card. So that's what we are doing here. We use the codes which are hidden in this ancient deck to really open us up on a soul level to start seeing clearly. Because guess what? Once you see clearly, you're like holding the sword of your mind like this, right? Just imagine walking through life in clarity. Nothing can take away that grounding under you. You are like in the eye of the tornado. Absolutely everything is spinning around, but you are walking steadily. Guess what's happening? You are like that god or goddess of your creation. You are walking steadily. Nothing in this world can touch you. You are steadily walking through life. It's just like, you remember Jesus in Galilee Sea. He was walking like this in all the thunder, in all the crazy waves around. And that's the energy of this card. Now, when we misuse it, becomes everything heavy, heavy, and when it's heavy, it's foggy. When it's foggy, you mistake inconsistency for mystery. You cling to the hope that maybe this time they will change. You analyze their mixed signals like sacred texts, but truthfully, you're afraid that clear, consistent love won't feel exciting enough. So spiritual shift here comes. When does it come? When you realize that real divine love doesn't confuse you. It's crystal clear. Real divine love is steady. It's clear. And I know about this. I've been happily married to my twin flame for 10 plus years. It's steady, okay? It is steady. You don't go left or right. You take care, you nurture. There is no manipulation. There is no left and right. It's just steady. And, the happy marriage is extremely boring marriage. You just love that person all the time. You love each other, and all the time you just make everything possible that person in front of you is flourishing. Oh, what a boring thing. What a boring thing. There is no left or right, right? You are never into that distrust mode. What if he will look into another woman or she will go into someone? No, it's just like, what is this? Why would I be in those relationships, even thinking about that? If a man nearby me looks at other women, okay, the door is open. I am not here for such a man, okay? It's not my standard. So once you understand and you start commoditizing yourself as a woman in front of another man, you become like luxury woman. You're one of a kind, okay? You're not a commodity there. You're one of a kind. You have that attitude within you, so you flip yourself over to a Wonder Woman holding her sword in that light way. And if a man goes somewhere, all right, it's his path. What can I say? Okay? I gave the possibility. But, if the man does not want to be nearby me, why would I keep on catching him? What an approach. It's the approach of a commodity element. So once you start understanding it, you first fix that thing within you. You start loving yourself so much so that you do not allow anything what is not Wonder Woman within you. And guess what's happening? Naturally, your twin flame, your divine partner will come to you, because a king always comes to a queen. Okay? So there is no actually even thinking that you are one of something. No. One of something, it's a commodity mind. You are Wonder Woman now. And now you use that thinking with everything. And everyone who is not agreeing with that, well, the door is open. What did I say? And I do not allow anyone whom I smell even, who is not respecting me enough and thinks I am chicken thighs. What can I say? If you think that I am one of your chicken thighs all around, go to them. Okay? So that's very important distinguishment. And once you raise your standard from commodity to luxury, you start really seeing differently all the men around you, all the partners around you. If you are a man listening to me right now, same thing. You do not allow a woman to manipulate you or say to you what to do. You are a man. Stand up from your knees. You are a king. You are here to lead. Okay? And that's very important. Once I'm as a woman, I'm seeing that I can manipulate and lead you, I do not respect you. I do not respect you anymore. Listen attentively, all guys who are listening to me right now, if you have a chance. If a woman says to you what you need to do, and you continuously abide to that, continuously, you're listening like a small child, with time, she will stop respecting you. True story. Every woman will stop respecting you, okay? Because you become like a burden in her hands. And we women, we know about that. So the divine union between two partners is established when there is one leader in the family and that leader is properly established. If I am not respecting my man, nobody is respecting him in the society. That's how it is. The woman is flourishing nearby her divine king. So divine masculinity and femininity is together. She's flourishing and relaxed. That's what is true divinity. She has now possibility to become leader in her life properly in that relaxed state. Okay? So once we understand it, we release all the burdens which were created through the mind, and they were imposed into us not into the correct way. Okay? So Father Sky and Mother Earth. Father Sky is the true leader. He's lifting up Mother Earth. So divine masculinity is lifting up divine femininity, reuniting it in us humans. We are equal by definition, no matter if I am man or woman. But by reuniting together, we and respecting each other, knowing our powers, we are different. Mother Earth and Father Sky are different. You cannot compare them. So once we reunite into that wholeness, we can create wonders. And we have that possibility in that reunion to become true magicians in our lives, so that we could flip over those burdens, enter wonderness within us. That's what we do. All right? So that's what we need to release. We need to release that pattern of romanticizing the relationships. Okay? We need to understand what is the true goal of the relationships. What is that divine goal of the relationship, so that we would finally become super human beings, like really amazing human beings, because only by reuniting with the right divine partner for you, you can open yourself up to so much beyond your imagination and become like those humans who are creating wonders here. Wonder people. That's what you become by finding your right partner. And the energy is tremendous when you reunite with the right one. So let's continue exploring this symbolism of this card again. Which are the pattern you need to release? So the sword, let's look at it at the reversed position. It's very heavy, right? It points downwards. It points downwards. And it's symbolized, in fact, that suppression and heaviness. And in some sense, whenever we are suppressed and heavy, we are fearful. We are fearful of speaking our own truth, our own needs. It's when our voice, kind of like we have the voice, but we are paralyzed. It's just like, I want to say something, but I'm suffocated. Oh. The digestion stops working. There is too much here. There are problems in the digestive tract. Oh, yeah, that's the problem of the westernized world. Too many problems are in your digestive tract and in here. Mental health, digestive health. How much interconnections are there? So you start seeing that. It's like, wow. So it gets heavy. I cannot digest this reality anymore. I want to speak my truth. I cannot speak. I'm suffocated. Oh, it's too heavy. It's too earthly now. So, and then the balance is distorted. So the pattern is you over accommodate. You are over heavy. It's heavy to hold this sword, and you don't say what you really think. You don't say what you really want. And you worry that kind of like being too much, too emotional, too spiritual. And if you be that way, it will scare them off. Oh, you are worrying at being too much because you take care about what they say about you. Oh, you now start losing your authenticity. Yeah, that's the payment for that. That's what's happening. And it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. So in this case, the spiritual shift is happening when the divine partner you seek is not afraid of your truth. In fact, they need that truth to heal themselves and to recognize you. So you show that truth to your divine partner. You show that truth to yourself. They are not scared of. You know, my husband saw many truths from me to him. He didn't run away. He didn't run away. He's still there. He's still there. It means he's the right one. What can I say? So when we understand it, there is that flip over to that Wonder Woman. And my trust was literally restored completely once I saw, oh, he didn't run away. I've done so much here, so many stupid things, so much roaring. He's still here? How is it possible? Well, it is possible. I showed my real face in multiple directions, everything, the beauty and the ugly side of myself. He saw it, he's still there. Okay, now I am perplexed with my mind, but I know deep inside he's the right one. He's still there. Now I trust it so deeply. Wow, I say, now I can spread it around the world and show my real self to the world because it's safe. How is that? So once you actually meet your divine partner, he handles it all from you. He doesn't run away. He doesn't justify your behavior. He doesn't bring you to psychotherapists. He loves you, every part of you. He's there with you. He's backing you up, and he helps you all along the way. That's the definition of a true loving partner. You can show to him everything. Your Parvati or your Kali, you know, in Indian traditions, there is goddess, this Parvati, goddess of mountains. She's so peaceful, Parvati. So you can just Google it. She's a peaceful goddess. But then there is Kali, and Kali is crazy bitch, okay? So in every woman, there is Parvati and Kali. And you show both to him, he's okay with that, okay? Now, the more he can handle that Kali, the more Parvati shows up. Why? Because more love is expressed to you as a woman. He heals your wounds. There is a sacred union between that wounded man and wounded woman. They heal each other. So he gives that love to her, and she provides that wisdom to him, the celestial wisdom. That's where union, proper union, is established, all right? That's when that flip over of the burden of life is happening to the right state, okay? So the action step here is you may voice something you've been holding in, first to yourself in the mirror, then to someone safe, like your divine partner. This is what I actually want in love, and this is it. And you start saying in detail, this is what I actually want. This is it. Can you deliver? Okay? Be as specific as possible, and then see, can they deliver? If they cannot deliver you that, well, that's a question, but it's just not something harmful, right? You don't want to harm anyone here. But if you just express, hey, yes, this is how it is. Like, simple example, you know, I want to be touched. This means love for me. Well, if he, like my husband, was overtouched by his mom in childhood, he doesn't love to be touched, honestly. But he overcame it in himself, and he started really providing me that more touching, physical one, you know, tactile, physical, because for me it means love. And I saw, wow, the guy is willing to do that for me. Wow. Although he had a different wiring. Now he perceives love as acts of service. I am serving him through different things. Like I may prepare him a meal, or prepare him a tea, or just ask him what he really needs in the morning and bring it to him. So that is an act of service. Or prepare his things in the morning to journal. So I provide him that act of service. For him it means love. And then we flip over heaviness of life to the wonder state, to strength through which we walk through life, okay? Now, what is the last pattern which we can derive from here? So this, in tarot, this Ace of Swords is a divine gift. It's the truth. It's symbolizing the truth. Now, in the reversed position, it becomes a weapon, okay? It becomes a heavy weapon. It happens to be against ours. It's heavy. And it convinces us that love must be earned, fought for, or proven. If then. Do you remember this wiring? So if you are acting that way, then. Now, true love, it's happening when there is no if then, okay? He loves you either way, and you love him either way. So, and there is this interesting pattern when you are into that if then, you try harder. It's already like an enterprise. So it's the enterprise, it gets heavier. You perform. You think that if you are performing the woman, okay, you will be much more valuable for him. If you are performing more in work or in bed or in everything at home, you are much more valuable for him. Do you see? It's crazy. Crazy thought of this. Because we were wired to think that way from performance perspective, and now we bring it even to our love life. But love is not about performance. It's never been that way. So it gets really, really heavy when we connect love to performance. Okay? So we start believing that if we just show how we perform, how we are helpful to him, how we are pleasing to him, the worst thing, then they will love us. And guess what? The more we perform, the more we clean the house, the more we are pleasing to him, the less they respect us. Because they think you are just furniture. You're just like servant. I don't know what you are. So, and once I realized that, it's just like, gosh, you know, those performing products on the market, they are all compared based on price. So the guy starts comparing you based on your performance with other women. Oh, interesting. So your performance compared to her performance, so you become like a commodity. You can be compared. Now let me give you the secret. You flip over that performance to luxury item. You stop being commodity item. You become luxury item. Luxury cannot be compared. Oh, yes, I am as I am already. Okay? You love me as I am. I'm not here to perform to please you. How is that? Can you be compared? No, you cannot. So we release that idea of connecting performance to love. And that is the toxic pattern which brings all this heaviness. Remember, the more you perform in love, the more you go into that hustle, cleaning the house, pleasing him, whatever, the less they respect you. That's what's happening. And that's actually the crazy thing which we cannot understand with the mind. Because the more you perform, the more you become a commodity. You can be compared with others. So, and it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. So, the divine partnership, it's not performance, it's a match. Okay? So the most important thing here is to ask yourself, is he the right man for me? Well, the answer should be immediate, yes or no. If the answer is no, there is a problem. If the answer is yes, you keep on working with that person on the divinity of you both, okay? You always ask your soul, and there is immediate answer. If you start just like being confused, it means no, okay? That's not the right person for you. So it's very, very important to understand if it's the right person or not for you. And deep inside, we always know, this is just not the right person for me. It may be a great person, but not the right one for your level of evolution, for your timing. You are just not a match for each other. You know, if I would meet my husband at my level today of evolution, where I am today, and I meet him from his version when he was 10 years ago, I would say, no, not a match. I would not be with him. But today we are a match. So what is really important is to flip it over from here to here, is to ask yourself, is that person a perfect match for you or not? So you always want to ask yourself that question. Is it a right person for you or not? He may not be perfect. It's okay, but is he a perfect match? That's a different thing. Okay? Let's continue investigating. So the spiritual shift is happening when you understand that love here is not that something has to be proved. It's something to match. If it doesn't meet you with the same energy, it's not sacred union. It is called self-abandonment. Voila. So self-abandonment, you go further from your truth, from your authenticity. With your right match, your authenticity actually raises. It gets fired up. You get your shit together. Everything starts happening in such an amazing way. It's tremendously powerful union. He does not need to be that ideal partner. You are not searching for perfect or ideal. You're searching for that flip over. Remember, flip over from heavy for you to that reestablishing the authenticity of who you are. You see, like that perfect match, that just perfect match, powerful union. That's what you are doing. That's the shift. Okay, so what is the action step here? You sit in stillness and you ask yourself, where in my life am I overcompensating for my partner? Then write, I no longer chase to be seen. I choose love that already sees me, recognizes me as I am. You know, there is a powerful phrase in the Bible, and that is the phrase, I am what I am. Okay, now I want you to listen to vowels of it. Just listen, sit still. I. Keep on repeating that to yourself. In your stillness, we connect to our inner God through vowels. Keep on repeating it in your stillness before you go to sleep. You will start shifting all the heaviness to establishing your wonder within. Remember, being human is super. We are not here to be superhuman. Being human, connected to that celestial guidance, is super. So why not to reestablish it firmly here? I want to create my sacred garden here, no matter what others think, and roar in this world like lioness. That's what I want to do, so that others will be inspired by that authenticity, by that truth, by that real me. So that this will invoke that real wonder people around. Because that's what we came here for, to inspire and fire up absolutely everyone for that stillness, for that Buddha mind, that love and light within. We need more of you here, light workers. So let's get started, that wonderful shift. All right, so I hope that this beautiful, beautiful session, you loved it, and if you loved it, give me a thumbs up. It supports me to come back to you here. And I'm coming here and there, live sessions, cannot promise when, so subscribe to the channel to stay connected and get notification when I am live. So let me see if you had any questions, guys. So I have a continuous question where I am from here. Guys, I am from Siberia. In reality, I'm from planet Earth, and I am universal for that knowledge. I know that we are all trying to understand where we are from. We want to shift that perspective, where we are coming from, which part of land. We want to reunite ourselves as humans, serving humans, no matter where they are coming from. How is that? That's where we will start shifting ourselves from periphery to the center. How is that? So let's get started with that approach. The universal human beings, not the human beings from the periphery.